welcome my friends to a new episode of Kids Trivia. Today we're going to have a new competition, 2 new teams, and a new theme. And today our theme is Acts 8. Alright, let's first start by introducing our teams. And let's start by this team. What's your name and how old are you?
Hi, I'm Maya and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, my name is Vishnuna and I'm 10 years old.
Hi, my name is Olivia and I'm 10 years old.
Hi, my name is Daniel and I'm 11 years old.
Good to have you today. And what about this team? What's your name and how old are you?
Hi, my name is Natalie and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, my name is Anthony and I'm 10 years old.
Hi, my name is Judy and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, my name is Michael and I'm 11 years old.
It's great having you today. And now I'm going to ask each group to choose a name for their team, and you have 50 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Anthony?
Our team name is San Dimiano.
Saint Damiano? And what about this team? Olivia?
We're St. Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas? So we have Saint Nicholas and Saint Damiano. All right, are you ready for the competition?
Yes.
All right, let's start. And the first question is for Saint Nicholas. And the question is, Paul spent 2 years in prison and then he went for trial in front of A. Lysias, B. Festus, C. Ananias, D. Trophimus, and you have 50 seconds. Done? Okay. Maya?
Festus?
B?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, let's listen to the story. So, Paul was in prison for 2 years. After Felix listened to his story and he was so attached to his sins, he didn't accept Christ, he didn't accept the judgment of Jesus. So, he decided to leave Paul for as long as he can in prison. He just forgot about him in prison. And then after a while, the governor of Caesarea was replaced, and another governor came instead of Felix. And this governor was called Festus. The answer is B, correct answer. So now the score is 1 point for Saint Nicholas. Great. And the next question is for Saint Damiana. And the question is, why did the Jews ask Festus to transfer Paul to Jerusalem? Because they wanted A, to put him in prison, B, to be baptized, C, to kill him, D, to listen to his defense, and you have 50 seconds. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, Natalie?
The answer our team picked was C.
C, to kill him. They wanted to kill him.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's listen to the story. So, although Paul spent 2 years in prison, and it's been 2 years since the people were against him, but the Jews were still insisting to get rid of Paul, and they were planning actively to get rid of him. So, now Felix didn't give him a chance to punish him, so maybe Festus is going to agree. So they asked Festus to transfer him to Jerusalem. And they told him that they want a judge in his case. But in fact, they wanted to bring him to Jerusalem so that they can kill him on the way from Caesarea to Jerusalem. The answer is C, correct answer. Good job. So now the score is 1 for St. Nicholas and 1 for St. Damiana. You're doing a great job. And the next question is for St. Nicholas. And the question is, 2 people came to visit Festus and he discussed Paul's case with them. Who were they? A. Agrippa and Bernice. B. Aquila and Priscilla. C. Silas and Barnabas. D. Dionysius and Darius, and you have 50 seconds. All right, are you done? Okay, Bashnuna.
Our answer our team picked was A, Agrippa and Bernice.
Agrippa and Bernice, are you sure? Okay, let's listen to the story. Okay. Paul, as he stood in front of Festus, and Festus found nothing wrong with him. So, as we said, that Festus was a new governor of Caesarea. So, one of the kings from a nearby city came to congratulate him about the new position. And he brought with him his sister. And as they visited King Festus welcomed them, and he was so happy to have them. And because they spent a long time with him, he decided to talk to them about Paul. So he told them, see, there's this man that Felix have kept in prison for so long. And I personally spoke with him, and I found nothing wrong with him. I don't know why was he keeping him in prison. So I want you to see this man, and I want you to speak to him. Maybe you'll find something wrong. Because I'm planning to send him to Rome, to Caesar in Rome, to judge in his case. So, as Paul met this king and his sister, and he spoke to them about Jesus, they were so happy to listen to him. And they thought also there was nothing wrong with him, and he was innocent, and there is no reason to punish him. So, this king and his sister were called Agrippa and Bernice. The answer is A, correct answer. Good job. So now the score is 2 for St. Nicholas and 1 for St. Damiana. And the next question is for St. Damiana. And the question is, Festus decided to send Paul to Rome. As they were preparing to sail for Rome, Paul warned them about A, an iceberg, B, the shipwreck, C, sailing in the wrong direction, D, pirates, and you have 50 seconds. Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Judy.
Our group thought it was B, the shipwreck.
The shipwreck, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's listen to the story. So, after King Festus listened to Paul, Agrippa and Bernice also listened to Paul. Nothing's wrong with him. They said, okay, we're gonna send him to Caesar in Rome. He's gonna judge in his case because we have nothing against this man. And also they wrote him a letter introducing Paul to him. So as they were preparing to sail for Rome, the wind was against them in the sea, so the trip took them longer than they thought. It was supposed to take a little bit shorter time, but the wind was against the flow of the ship. So then the Day of Atonement approached. And because this Day of Atonement was very well known by the Jews, the Day of Atonement is an occasion in which the Jews fast and pray for God for their forgiveness. And it's very well known by the Jews that this occasion is followed by a very bad weather. So Paul tried to warn them, okay, we cannot sail at this season because this season is very dangerous. If we sail into the sea in this season, we might be in danger of a shipwreck. We might drown in the sea and our ship might be broken. The answer is B, correct answer. So, good job. Now the score is 2 points for St. Damiana and 2 points for St. Nicholas. And the next question is for St. Nicholas, and the question is, As the storm shook the ship violently, the people lost hope of being saved. Paul comforted the people by telling them that A, the ship is strong. B, the storm is weak. C, an angel appeared to him. D, Christ appeared to him. And you have 50 seconds.
C.
25 seconds left. Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Danny?
The answer that our team has chosen is C.
C, an angel appeared to him.
Yes.
Are you sure?
100%.
Is this your final answer? Okay. Let's listen to the story. So, Paul warned them about the bad weather, but they didn't listen to him. They just ignored. They said, we want to just sail. We know about the sea more than Paul does. We're going to sail into the sea. And then it started by a gentle wind, which turned into a storm. And suddenly, the ship got caught by a storm that shook it left and right. It was raining, water was pouring into the ship. They were gonna drown. They decided, okay, let's lift all the cargo we have and throw it into the sea. They started throwing their belongings into the sea. And nothing is working. Let's try to control the ship. Still, the storm is too strong and still shaking the ship left and right. So after they tried, they lost hope of being saved. And they just stood and left the ship in the sea, shaking left and right. So as Paul saw them losing hope, he started to talk to them. He told them, don't worry about anything. We are gonna be saved. So it was so funny because the ship was shaking left and right. They almost threw everything in the sea and nothing else is left. They're gonna drown in the sea. So it made no sense to them to tell them that we're gonna be saved. It doesn't make sense. So he told them, don't worry, I'm sure. Paul has this trust in God. He knows God has spoken to him and he told him, you'll be saved, then this is out of question. He's gonna be saved. And he tried telling the people that they were gonna be saved. But how did Paul know? God has sent him an angel and he told him this. The answer is C, correct answer. Good job. So now St. Nicholas scored 3 points and St. Damiana is 2 points. And the next question is for St. Damiana, and the question is, as everyone reached the land safely, they found out that it was an island called A, Malta, B, Crete, C, Cauda, D, Lycia, and you have 50 seconds. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Natalie,
The answer our team picked was A, Malta.
are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's listen to the story. So, as Paul told them, we are gonna be saved. Don't worry. I know God has told me that we're gonna be saved. The storm was still so strong, but by time they started seeing the lights of the sun. And then Paul told them, it's been raining for 14 days. We have been in suspense for 14 days. We need to sit down and eat because we need our energy, because we are going to spend some effort trying to save ourselves. So let's sit down and eat. And he sat with them, all of them. He took some bread, he broke it, and he thanked God, and they all ate everything. And after they stopped eating, after they finished, he told them, let's throw the rest of the food in the sea. See, he had this faith He could have just kept the food, but he knows that God will save them. And they started throwing the food in the sea to make it lighter so that it's easier for them to be saved. Because when there's a lot of stuff in the ship might be heavy and it might sink. So they threw all the food in the sea, and then after that, on a very far distance, they saw land. They were so happy. It was a sandy land. And the waves pushed the ship through the shore, and because the waves were so strong, they pushed the ship to the shore, so the ship started breaking into pieces. But they were already near the shore, so they started swimming, and those people who didn't know how to swim, they just took pieces of the ship, and it helped them to float on the water, and they started swimming to the shore. And as they reached the shore, they asked the people, "Where are we?" And the people told them, "This is an island called Malta." The answer is a correct answer. Good job. So now the score is 3 for Saint Damiana and 3 for Saint Nicholas. Great. And the next question is for Saint Nicholas. And the question is, the islanders noticed that nothing happened to Paul after the snake fastened itself on his hand. So they thought he was A, God, B, sorcerer, C, angel, D, prophet, and you have 50 seconds. Are you done?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
This is your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Olivia?
We chose A, God.
They thought he was a god? He wasn't a sorcerer? No? Okay, let's listen to the story. So, they went into the shore. They met these people. And God is really taking care of his children. As soon as the islanders saw those people on the ship, they were a mess, of course. They just came of a ship that was about to drown. So of course they were all wet. Their clothes were torn. It was raining and it was really cold. So the people of the island, they told them, come, we're gonna build a fire for you so that you can be warm. And we are going to sit around the fire and sit together. So Paul was trying to help. He went around in the bushes to bring some pieces of wood to put in the fire to make it bigger. So as he grabbed the woods from in between the bushes, a snake came out, and this snake bit Paul in his hand. But Paul just shook his hand and threw the snake. So when the people saw Paul being bitten by a snake, so they thought, oh, this man is a murderer, and that's why God is punishing him for all the sins that he's done, because he's bitten by a snake. But then after that, because usually when someone is bitten by a snake, it has to swell, the people might get a fever, something has to happen. But the people noticed that nothing happened to him. So then they thought, oh my God, this man is so powerful. He must be a god. So Paul decided to tell them, you people are so kind. I am not God, but let me tell you about this one true God, and he is Jesus. But at the beginning, they thought he was a god. The answer is a correct answer. Good job. So now the score is 4 for St. Nicholas and 3 for St. Damiana. And the next question is for St. Damiana. And the question is, who was the chief official of Malta who welcomed Paul and his companions into his house? A, Publius, B, Julius, C, Darius, D, Aristarchus, and you have 50 seconds. Are you done? Okay. Judy?
Our group thought it was A, Publius.
Publius?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is this your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, let's listen to the story. So, the chief official of Malta. It means it's the ruler of Malta. So this man found that Paul and his companions were nice people. Actually, Paul was the nicest one. So he invited them into his house. And as they went into his house, they noticed that this man's father is very sick. He was suffering from a very bad fever. So Paul went to him and he prayed for him, and he prayed for Jesus to heal him. And as he prayed, this man was healed. And because this was the chief official of Malta and this was his father, everybody knew about this story. It's like the most popular man in the island. So everybody knew about this story. And everybody brought their sick people to Paul for him to pray for them and heal them. And this was a chance for Paul to speak to them about Christ. So God prepared everything for Paul to preach. So the chief official of Malta, his name was Publius. The answer is a correct answer. So now the score is 4 for Saint Damiana and 4 for Saint Nicholas. And the next question is for Saint Nicholas, and the question is, as Paul was preaching to the Jews in Rome, some of them disagreed and began to leave as he made his final statement from the book of A. Ezekiel, B. Jeremiah, C. Exodus, D. Isaiah, and you have 50 seconds. "25 seconds left. All right, are you done? Okay. Maya,
We think it's D.
the answer is D.
No, C.
C? So, Exodus or Isaiah?
D.
Isaiah?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's listen to the story. So, after Paul finished his visit in Malta, he decided again to sail into the sea, although he had a very bad experience with the seas. But he knew that everything was planned by God and nothing wrong was going to happen as long as he's following God's plan. So he sailed into the sea and he reached Rome. And as soon as he reached Rome, he was allowed to sit with the Jews there and speak to them about the love of Christ. Again, he's speaking everywhere about Christ, about God, about love, about forgiveness, about how God sent his only Son for our salvation. He died on the cross for our salvation. And everywhere he goes, he tells the people about how Christ appeared to him on his way from Jerusalem to Damascus, and he changed his life. So as he spoke, some of the people were convinced, but others were so stubborn and they started to leave. And then he told them this verse from a book in the Old Testament. He said, "You will be ever hearing, but never understanding. You will be ever seeing, but never perceiving." Which means that you are going to read the book, you're going to read the Word of God, but you don't understand. You just read it and you don't understand it. You just want to do what you want to do. So, this verse was in the book of Isaiah. The answer is D. Correct answer. Good job. Okay, so now the score is 5 for Saint Nicholas and 4 for Saint Damiana. And the next question is for Saint Damiana. And the question is, How long did Paul preach about the kingdom of God in Rome? A, 1 year. B, 2 years. C, 3 years. And D is 4 years, and you have 50 seconds. "25 seconds left. Are you done? Are you sure? Okay. Anthony,
We chose B, 2 years.
2 years? Are you sure?
Yes.
Did you count them carefully? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Let's listen to the story. Okay. So after Paul spoke to the Jewish people, he was never tired of spreading the word of Jesus. He was still a prisoner, of course, but because he was a very good prisoner, they allowed him to preach. They allowed him to sit in a house of his own, but he was supposed to be guarded by a soldier 24 hours. But during this time, although he was a prisoner, he was bringing every day more people to Christ. And also during this time, he wrote 4 of his epistles. So he didn't rest or sleep or he was always active to spread the word of Jesus. He spent a long time in Rome preaching the word of God, and this long time was 2 years. The answer is B, correct answer. Now the score is 5 for Saint Damiana and 5 for Saint Nicholas. You did a great job today. Both of you did a great job. Both teams are winners today since the score is tied. Thank you very much for coming today, both teams. Thank you for watching us today. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time with more to know with Kids Trivia.